Hi, welcome back. Howdy. Okay, guys, tonight we will be doing much like I promised, comparing Charlotte Tilbury's Pillowtalk to Tom Ford's Sable. Butchered that. But first, before we get into that, before I do the swatches and do one eye in one and the other eye in the other, just reach on down, push subscribe, push like if you want. You know, everything helps. I just kind of want to get to a bigger audience that will be able to interact a little bit more so I have something to fill my spare time. Let's face it, the stay-at-home orders are really equaling a lot of spare time. Okay, so when Charlotte Tilbury came out with this, it's the Pillowtalk lip liner. This took off like fire. This is like her best-selling lip liner, and this is what started it all. See, it is a nudie, it's a pinky nude, and it blends so well with the lips that you can almost do any lip color, in my opinion, and it will cover as your lip liner, and it just looks like you are branching it in. Now, when that did so well, she felt the pressure and ended up coming out with this, Pillowtalk. Now, this is a matte lipstick. It is, yet again, a pinky nude. It's basically a your lips but better color. This is like my second tube of this, okay? And I've only been wearing her stuff like 2 years. To be fair though, I did throw away the very end of the last tube when I got stomach flu and I didn't want to revisit that. But this is such a good selling hit that last I read, I guess a tube of this is sold roughly every 2 minutes. It goes over so well. So I want to say sometime last year she came out with this, the Pillowtalk Luxury Eye Palette. When I got it, I was a little like, a little hesitant. I'm not gonna lie. I did not think I would like it nearly as much as I do, but there it is. And actually, let's adjust the lighting and see if we can, a little extra light will, okay. Actually, I think that covers those colors really well. Now, she sets her palettes up. This is our Prime, Enhance, Smoke, and then this is her pop shade. And with a lot of her pop shades, they're like a celestial. It's got glitter in it, but it's a light topper coating almost. And then, now, in contrast, we're going to contrast that with Tom Ford, who came out with this spring. And I've heard a lot of people who wear both brands say that they kind of thought this was more what she was going to bring out than what she did. This is a more cool to neutral toned pink palette, and I'm trying to get it to come out the way I see it in person. I've adjusted the camera. Let me adjust the lighting. Okay, actually, I think that makes it come out a little closer to what it is. Let's be clear, these are all pink. This is not a white. This is definitely a light pink. I feel like this is our best lighting for this. So we're gonna go with this. Okay, so yeah, a lot of people who wear both brands or are familiar with Charlotte Tilbury's Pillowtalk, and let's face it, her Pillowtalk thing went huge. We're talking international big. She launched an instant eye palette with it. Highlighters, 3 shades of lipstick, an eyeliner, a blush. I'm trying to think if I can think of anything else. Like, she did a whole thing so you can do your whole face literally in the same theme, and it's actually a really pretty soft thing. But like I said, a lot of us that are aware of hers were kind of surprised it wasn't more like this. I don't know why. I guess because Charlotte Tilbury really leans towards warm colored palettes. That's just her. So this was a little bit of a surprise. And honestly, when I bought this, like I said, I didn't think I would like it nearly as much as I did, but this is one of my most used palettes. You can tell how well loved it is. See the denting. Okay, so let's try this. This side we're gonna do Charlotte Tilbury. This side we're gonna do Tom Ford. We're gonna swatch both palettes beforehand so you guys can see a contrast and comparison. And I'm going to put the lip liner on and the lipstick. And then anybody who's watching, I would love for you to tell me which one, the Charlotte Tilbury or the Tom Ford, you actually think the lipstick goes with more. Like it's part of the set. I want to make sure I wasn't the only one that thought that, like, it's crazy. Now, I've already primed my eyes. I always prime my eyes. I have a little bit of an oily eyelid. So I use Too Faced Shadow Insurance 24-hour insurance. Doesn't crease. It does wonderfully. Now I'm going to look off camera while I'm applying this. I do have 2 different sets of brushes and a swatch pan so we don't blend the colors in a way that hides their brightness or beauty. And we're going to, let me just swatch this right now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're just going to go same way we're going to do Tom Ford. Okay, this is the Pillowtalk Luxury Palette. This is our Prime, our Enhance. This would be our Pop Shade. Here, let me get a little bit more of that on my finger. I don't know if I can really pop it up. The Pop Shade is more of a celestial, like a sparkle shade. Like, and it's a true one. Like, it's not my favorite formula. I understand why she does it. It gives it a definite pop. But that is Charlotte Tilbury's Luxury Palette Pillowtalk. And then once I have both palettes on my arm, I'm going to turn the lighting back up again so you guys can see it in both lightings. I want to give a true representation of what it's going to look like on your eye, in case you're curious. This is like one of my absolute favorites of Charlotte Tilbury. Like when I bought it, I never thought that would be the case. Like I was not a pinky person. I was not into the, but it popped my eyes so well and it looked so flattering. I literally had people asking me what I was wearing, and most people never ask me what I'm wearing. Although if you know me well enough, you know I have kind of an intimidating face. A lot of people at work say I look really, really unapproachable, which I don't think is fair. Like, I don't think I look unapproachable, but whatever. Okay, we're going to go across and across the same way we did Charlotte Tilbury's. Okay. Now this is Tom Ford's Sable. No, your eyes are not deceiving you. This initial color of his is that light. It is that pale. So that is one thing Charlotte Tilbury's has over this, is the couple more colors that have depth. Although I guess if you put that with her Pop Shade, I guess both of them have an almost invisible color. Okay, there we go. This is our Charlotte Tilbury. This is our Tom Ford. Let me clean these fingers off. Let's flip on the lighting. I have been trying to adjust our angling and our lighting so we get a little bit more true to life colors. You see, they're not overwhelming. They're not, it's not an overwhelming palette. Neither one is, honestly, but they are very flattering. Like, I think honestly, her Prime shade compares like almost very closely to this one. Like her first shade here and this shade here are, this one is more of a, this is a little bit more metallic, I think. This one is more of a shimmer shade. And then this shade, her smoke shade, this is definitely warmer. I wouldn't be able to compare this to either two. Like the color tone, I think, is in between these two, but this is definitely a lot more red. So honestly, this is like the warm version and the cool version. Like if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask, or if you want me to demo anything, let me know. But those are the two. Now I'm going to put this eye Charlotte Tilbury, this eye Tom Ford. If you see me looking off camera, that's because I have like a mirror over here. It's easier for me to see. Like sometimes I wear contacts when I do this. Like when I work and I have work, I wear contacts daily. But since I am on my stay-at-home orders and I'm self-quarantining right now because I'm an asthmatic with early stage COPD set, I'm not putting them in. It feels like a waste of a contact. Okay, see it? It's just like a wash of all over color. It's really light and it's really pretty. Like I said, I never have people ask, but then I started wearing like this one and I definitely got people asking. Okay, where's my switch pan? Oh, I have it behind the mirror. That's why. If you guys do not have one of these, I would highly recommend it. Ulta sells them. You can buy them on Amazon. Basically, it's to wipe your brush off in between colors so that you're not dipping like one color into the other one's pan. Okay, so that is our all over. This is our enhance, which she has done up here. Like this is the way I'm doing this the way she suggests it online. Like this comes out really pretty, and if I wore blush, I think I would be buying this one's blush. But as pale as I am, it's a little too close to like pinky reds. As pale as I am, it comes out a little clownish. I almost have to have bronzer as my blush. If you're noticing my cheeks are red right now, that's because I just came in from a walk and they're a little windburned because it's not exactly warm here. Okay, then this is our smoke shade. See, and with Charlotte Tilbury, you get like almost no fallout. I think I've only had fallout on like 2 of her things, and I own quite a few of them. See, we're going to smoke in the corner. Now, there's that. I'm going to blend it a little more with one of the other brushes. Okay, we got that. Now, I'm going to put her pop shade on. Usually when I wear this, I don't put a pop shade on. The glitter in her pop shades, because she's got 2 formulas for her pop shades. One is a True Celestial. It has like the glitter chunks in it. It's really pretty. Like it's designed to have a light color, but it offers a glitter that's very in color with this. Like I'll have to show you her 2 different formulas at some point here in the near future. Her newest formula is more of a metallics almost. I don't care for this. Like I don't personally wear the Celestial, like the glitter format, but I like the option. I don't necessarily care for her new formula because it's almost like having another color that like you put the all over color on, and the way it is, it's almost like it's drowning out the original first color. It's like if we got to cover that with a 4th color, I feel like your original color, and she suggests applying these with your finger. Okay, it's a pat on scenario that you put in the corners. Like you start in on the in corner and it goes to the middle of your eye is what she suggests. And I'm not trying to go too heavy handed with this because like I said, I don't usually wear the pop formula. Like in this case, I'm going to put it on because it's part of the suggested palette. The thing is, with the older pop formulas, I avoid them because they tend to have fallout. Like after you've applied and like an hour later you're finding glitter all over your cheeks. I mean, it's not super duper noticeable, but as the person that applied the makeup, I notice it and it drives me friggin' bonkers. It might be part of why she changed her formula. Probably. It's just, there we go. You got all 4 colors on there, all 4 of the quad. Okay. Now, let's go for the other one. You guys saw me demo this one the other night. This is part of, like I said, Tom's Ford new spring collection. Okay. Since the top corner is the most like the prime shade for Charlotte Tilbury, I'm going to use these 3 colors, okay? And in this case, actually that should come pretty darn close, except a cool version of the palette. I'm actually really looking forward to doing this comparison because I love both brands. The formula is definitely different. They're both very unique, but like their makeup philosophy is very different. And that's a funny thing to say because I know Charlotte Tilbury started off working for him. Like she was originally the designer for his line. If any of you have heard of Cognac Sable, it was like her biggest hit with his company. And it's like the most sought after one she ever put out. I wish I could get my hands on it. It is a very pretty color, but if you are a fan of her makeup, you can get something pretty close that you can work up. Okay, we're gonna put this on the top just to add a little bit. This is our second color. We're gonna apply it in a very similar fashion to the Charlotte Tilbury, so it's fair. Honestly, the way this is going, I get the feeling this is gonna be a real regular wear, a lot like the Pillowtalk, just because I really like these colors. Like on me, they're amazing. On some people, they might not show up. But the good Lord chose to not make me, well, I burn very easily. Let's leave it at that. It's a frustration, but some makeups really pop. Unfortunately, some makeups that are really pretty and pop a lot, you can't wear because it kind of makes you look like a clown. So there are limits to what you can wear if you are in my color range. I'm okay. I do not have the coronavirus if you're worried about that. What I have is allergies and a draining sinuses right now. So we're going to put on that fourth and the deepest color in this palette right here in the corner, just like we do with Charlotte Tilbury. Now I don't have a topper shade in this quad, so I'm not going to add a topper shade. If it's not there, I don't see a reason of working at that. Like, I mean, we're comparing the palettes. Now I'm trying to build up a little bit of a smoke on this just because we have it on the other side. Now I'm going to get really close to the camera. Don't get weirded out. This is exactly what I was talking about. Do you see it right here? The pop shade is already coming off and sprinkling itself down here, right where I put it. And then I've noticed with the Tom Ford, like, this is the only palette of his I've noticed it with, and I don't know if it's because he made a formula change, because his new spring line is got the new formula, and I'm not necessarily hating it, but I'm not loving it either, okay? His new formula is doing this, and I have never with Tom Ford had fallout before. I have fallout. That's a little frustrating. So, which means with his new stuff, I'm going to have to take a couple extra steps and make sure I don't have, see, we got fallout. We definitely have fallout. So I am not loving his new formula, okay? It's got fallout. And then I'm going to take off the topper shade that is fallen out on Charlotte Tilbury as well, which right here is why I don't tend to apply the topper shade, her pop shade. Now, the rest of the colors did not have fallout for her. Just the topper shade. Okay. We have Charlotte Tilbury. We have Tom Ford. When this is over with, I'm going to stand up so we're in a little bit better lighting. But before then, I'm going to put on this lipstick and this lip liner. And you guys are going to tell me which one you think this goes with more. Yeah, pardon me, I don't put on lip liner very often. I have really red lips naturally, so I don't usually need to. That doesn't make sense, but it's the case unless I go really weirdly vampy. While I'm at it, I'm going to do this. I'm going to swatch the Pillowtalk lip liner. Like I said, this was her first thing that came out, Pillowtalk. This is what started the craze. That is the Pillowtalk lip liner. And now, and trust me, the lipstick and the lip liner actually match exactly. It's nice. I've had a couple of them where like they're supposed to be sets and they don't match. And I really like her matte formula because even though it's matte, it's still super creamy, so it's not drying. And I am one of those women that is more of a matte lipstick person. Okay, see the lipstick, and here is a swatch of the lipstick. Now it's her lipsticks that got me into Charlotte Tilbury. I came across them about 2 years ago, fell in love. And I'm a person up until 2 years ago never wore lipstick because I couldn't find stuff that was flattering on me, or that, and it was a color like this that honestly, it was called the English Beauty that I ordered, fell in love with. That was a limited edition one, but I ended up getting a lot of her collection. Not all of it, because it's a little bit more expensive. I wait till sales. She does like a twice a year sale where it's like buy two for price of 75% or some stuff. I buy them then. Okay. Let's stand up. Let's take a look-see. Now ignore the purple circles. Spent a lot of the day. Housework, little dude. Okay, this side is Charlotte Tilbury. This side is Tom Ford. What do you guys think? Which one do you think actually goes with the lipstick more? Hold on. While I'm thinking about it, let's grab a brush. Buff this a little bit because I did blend Charlotte Tilbury a little more over there. See if that is part of the problem. There we go. Now I didn't put the mascara on today because I kind of was worried it would blur out some of the smoking and the pop shade. So this was actually intentional. I didn't forget my mascara today or my eyeliner. There is a Charlotte Tilbury Pillowtalk eyeliner, and actually I love it. It is like this reddish brown that almost has purple tints to it. That is beautiful with her palettes. With a cooler set, with a warmer set. Okay, folks, which do you think it goes with better? Like I said, remember, she actually created the Pillowtalk luxury palette to go with the lipstick. Like it was not, the lipstick wasn't an afterthought, it was actually the reverse. So, what do we think? I want to hear your comments. I want to hear what you think. Come on, guys, give me your opinions. Which one do you like better? Feel free to leave a comment. Feel free to message me. I am super interested in talking about this. Or, you know, if you want something demoed, or if you want a different kind of swatching. One more time, our swatchings: Charlotte Tilbury, Tom Ford, Pillowtalk, lip liner, and stick. Okay, guys, that is it for tonight. I will talk to you and see you all later. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Remember social distancing. According to something I saw on TV today and online from the CDC, they're thinking we are about to reach our peak with this, which means if we are heading for the downslope, then hopefully at some point there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, guys? Stay safe. See you later. Night.